Hometown Ghost Stories contains serious and often distressing events and is not intended for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hometown Ghost Stories Cursed Possessions. Today, we're going to scour the internet once again and see if we can purchase a haunted item that may just haunt us for the rest of our lives. We'll keep that item at Rob's house. I'm Jesse Wilkins, and this is Hometown Ghost Stories Cursed Possessions. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into Hometown Ghost Stories Cursed Possessions, where we scour the internet once again for the world's most haunted items. I'm Jesse Wilkins. I'm joined by Dave Wilkins, who's being stroked right now by our haunted cursed doll arms. Hello, Dave.
Oh, hello.
Yes, we're also joined by Rob Coakley. Hello, Rob.
I'm hoping that we can find some doll legs today, some cursed doll legs. You would think because I want to build like our own cursed doll, but no, I just want to replace Dave's actual legs with doll legs.
Yes, very good. I'm excited about that. You're excited about that. So we do have some cursed items that we have purchased here on the show before. I'm excited to get some more of these. We put bids on quite a few of these, and we don't win all these bids. And sometimes I think we might put in some, I don't know, some offensively low offers on some of these things. So I think we go out there. Our goal today, acquire one of these items. I'm excited about it. I pulled up a list.
We're gonna win so many. We're gonna win so many haunted items today.
I'm prepared to drop $2,500. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, I am in it to win it. So our first item for the day, this is a haunted object, cursed curio box, red bead wire, tiny trunk with attachment star reed. So
that sounds
concise. Were those? Yeah. What? I don't even know what you just said, to be honest.
I don't know what I just read. So hey, we're all in the same boat here. So here's the thing with these. This is eBay. Some of these are written by people from other countries. Some of them are written by people who shouldn't be writing these things. So what we're going to do is we are going to read them as is. So if you get a bad script here, if you get some things that don't really make sense, don't worry. It could be a small combination of poorly written descriptions for these items combined with us really not being able to read in the first place.
Fair.
So that's what we have here. So once again, this first item today is the haunted object, cursed curio box, red bead wire, tiny trunk with attachment star reed.
No clue.
It's all the time we have for the show today. And see you next week.
Yeah, the seller has 100% positive feedback. So let's jump into the description here. So haunted object, we just read that. So we're going to go to the next part. This item was gifted over 20 years ago by a practicing witch with serious metaphysical knowledge. She did a spell on my bathroom mirror, and it was never the same. I don't think that has anything to do with this item, but it just goes to the authenticity of this witch, that they did a curse on their bathroom mirror and it was never the same.
Fair.
I'm sorry, not a curse. She did a spell on the bathroom mirror. Yeah,
spell on the mirror.
She found of portal opening and attachment, period. So you got that information there. Do what you will with that. I know she, quote, blessed this tiny trunk before giving it to me. The trunk clearly has an attachment. Since I have put it behind glass, there has been much less activity. Little nervous about photographing it. Multiple people have seen the gentleman that I believe to be the guardian of the box. I don't know much more. I will perform a quote-unquote ceremony before shipping and a binding spell to do my level best to make sure he comes with it. Keeping in mind that he has been around my energy for over 20 years, but what is time in the other dimensions? No one knows. Missing a bead, and definitely an older world market piece. Purchase at own risk. I video and photograph all shipments. Fast shipping. So this is the cursed curio box, red bead wire, tiny trunk. I will present it here on the screen for those of you watching. You can see this here item, and it is a tiny, tiny little box, and it looks bigger in the picture. But if you look at this one of someone holding it, oh, it's empty.
It's completely empty.
It's completely empty. It has the red beads. It is missing one. I think I see the missing one here.
Yep.
It's holding a metaphysical curse. You can't see that.
That's right.
But
I
she
am.
said it was blessed. Like, how can it be blessed and cursed?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So haunted object.
Maybe it was cursed, and then they tried to reverse the curse with a blessing.
Possibly.
And,
The only people that I know that have ever reversed a curse is the 2003 Boston Red Sox when they finally won the World Series.
right.
That's right. Cowboy up. Absolutely. So this one, for audio listeners, it is shaped like a little treasure chest. It is very small. It's handheld. It is hollow inside, so you can see inside of it. So you don't really have to worry about opening it, I guess, since it's completely open on the bottom. I am more interested in this guardian that she speaks of, or the gentleman that she speaks of, rather, that is believed to be the guardian of the box. So it sounds like there's a spirit that comes along with this little cursed chest. So it is an interesting one. It's relatively inexpensive, only $25 here. Again, 100% positive feedback from the seller. So that is one that we could purchase. I would like to know more about the ghost that comes with it, right?
Yeah. I would also like to know more.
Let's back burner that one for the moment before we go into the next one.
Yeah, it's clearly you can see through it. So it's either completely innocuous because any sort of spirit could just get out of it, right? Or it's the opposite and it's absolute chaos and there's a spirit bound to it with some sort of metaphysical curse, I guess.
Metaphysical blessing, apparently.
Was it which pertains to the metaphysics? Was it the curse or the blessing?
I'm not sure.
I'm
There
not
was
sure.
a lot of words that were being thrown around in that description, and
Mm.
known to not easily get confused, got confused.
Based on
Right.
that entire description, I feel like metaphysics had nothing to do with it, actually.
I feel like ghosts and curses had nothing to do with it as well, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, $25 is cheap enough where we could put in a bid on that item. But I mean, if there's actually a ghost attached to it, I want to know more about that. So don't be lazy. Put that in your description if you're really trying to sell this thing. It is tiny. I know it's cheap, but something that small for $25 when it's completely open. So you don't have to worry about opening the thing and releasing whatever ghost comes with it. But not enough details for me to be completely sold on that item. Moving on, the next one is our first Dybbuk box of the day. Cursed Evil Dybbuk box. Warning, demonic possession, spirit haunted, paranormal. So all of the words are in that description of this box.
Warning, words.
Yeah, exactly. So this is for experienced collectors only who know how to protect themselves spiritually. My friend who was into the occult passed away under mysterious circumstances. I believe she was being oppressed / possessed or haunted, and this was something that she had made. She may have trapped what was after her. I wish I could ask her about this box. I've been trying to contact her with EVP, but I'm getting weird feedback, almost like an interference. Something won't let her communicate. Smelling smoke / burning, hearing whispers. One said, "Help me," but I couldn't make out the other words. And something has been running across the roof at night several times now. When I go to look, I can't see anything.
Oh.
That's the thing about Santa Claus. Very elusive. Do not attempt to open. Please keep away from children's reach for everyone's safety and well-being. Safely in storage pending sale. I am not responsible.
You read that like it wasn't going to make sense, and then you finished it and it did make sense.
Punctuation didn't make sense, but you guys can take my word for that. I am not responsible for anything that happens if you take this for entertainment purposes per eBay rules. I cannot guarantee activity, yada, yada, yada. That's the regular disclaimer that they have to include with these things. It is a creepy looking Dybbuk box. I will put it on the screen now. So this one, red wax is always key in these Dybbuk boxes if you really want to make it look scary, because it looks like blood.
That.
Right. And I do hope it comes with the leopard print sheet that it is wrapped in, but you have it almost looks like a Bible, honestly, but it is boxed. It has a cross on it and it is dripped in red wax. It is a Dybbuk box of sorts. It warns you, do not open. And they believe that possibly her friend who died under mysterious circumstances could have sealed whatever was after her in this box, which doesn't really add up, because if she did, then it wouldn't have killed her.
Right.
And she wouldn't be dead. But I don't want to take away from the story. Maybe she trapped it and died from something else under. But maybe the mysterious circumstances had nothing to do with this Dybbuk box. But they kind of spoil that by saying that she trapped whatever was after her. But
Maybe it was like an illness. It gave her some mysterious illness, and she was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna die. I need to trap this thing before it gets someone else."
Yeah, I mean, it could have been, or it could have been two completely separate things. So she died under mysterious circumstances. They don't really know what got her, but maybe there was something after her that was haunting her before. So it's
Mm.
pretty interesting, pretty creepy looking thing. It is for sale for $52. The condition is used, and that's one that is relatively affordable. I don't really know how
No
much.
one's. Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna buy a Dybbuk box that's like never been used. It's like, well, that's just not. This is
Nothing's ever been sealed in this Dybbuk
just a
box.
regular box.
Right. We just decorated it, right? So that is that one here. The next one,
Instant Dybbuk box. Just add your own Dybbuk.
please do something with this. Make it more interesting. But that's one. You got a little more details with that story, so I respect that. The Dybbuk boxes are a dime a dozen on eBay. I mean, there's so many of them there. So who knows which ones are authentic or which ones just trying to make a quick buck.
I think I would like more. I mean, I understand it's her friend that passed away, allegedly. But if you're going to say this person died under mysterious circumstances, there should be some sort of write up more into that. That is just, to me, it's too vague. I want to know more of the background of this. You are writing a very vague background there. If you're comfortable enough selling your friend's Dybbuk box where stuff happened, you should be comfortable enough like getting a little more into the story, in my opinion.
Also, if you have a Dybbuk box and you believe that the contents of this Dybbuk box killed your friend, are you selling it for $52?
I'm just giving it away, probably.
Right? That, or big
putting it right in the library return box, just stuffing it in there.
That's diabolic.
It is.
And right up your alley. I wouldn't put it past you.
Absolutely right. All right, moving on. The next one is a haunted tribal New Orleans voodoo energy. Read carefully. It says NOLA, but that's New Orleans, right?
Sure is.
So this one is cursed, all caps here. I'm not going to scream it. I'm going to do my best not to scream this entire description, but cursed hand-carved tribal mask from the estate of NOLA priestess. It has active and documented movement. Some examples of activity include moving on its own, vibrating, falling, changing its facial expression, and disembodied voices. This piece causes people in its proximity to feel anger, paranoia, and sadness. Please be absolutely certain that you are prepared to secure and store this piece properly and protect others from the effects that it produces. This is part of the cursed objects from the lot we are currently inspecting, certifying, and listing. Check my other items for more. See my feedback for authentication. Other pieces in this lot include, all right, well, now we're not really describing this anymore, but other pieces in this lot include jewelry, spirit boxes, spirit bottles, and various other oddities and haunted pieces. We have photographs, masks, rings, brooches, jars, lamps, and more with verified and active spirit attachments. So check our other listings for more. Verified by spiritualists as having an actively evil / negative attachment. Make sure you know what you're buying, since this piece is definitely cursed by an active and negative spirit that can.
I thought
be
you were going to
harmful.
say by an actor.
No, not that. No, not an actor. It is an active and negative spirit that can be harmful if handled improperly and not secured. Positive EMF! Exclamation point, exclamation point. This is part of a large lot of items that I have acquired from the estate of the New Orleans priestess. This piece itself is hand-carved and likely African in origin. It's about 1 foot long and 6 inches across its widest points. This piece will not stay where you place it, though it should be properly secured. So this is a pretty cool looking item. I actually like this a lot. So this one is the hand-carved face. Reminds me of the box that we have with the poltergeist inside. This one is...
It also reminds me of that. Did you guys see the thing that Andrew bought recently at the antique shop in downtown Plymouth? It's just like 3 foot carved ritual mask, and it's terrifying. But how you said that's what 1 foot or something?
Right. I think it was about 12 inches long. Yeah, and then 6 inches across.
It looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
It has a weird shape to its face. Now they say that these facial expressions actually change.
Yeah,
it does look African in origin, and there's nothing on the back. It looks like it's carved out of a
See, you see it
or something.
See the resemblance?
A little bit. Oh, they put a little pencil next to it by comparison, so we have that.
Yeah,
and
actually, that's a pretty good call. It does look like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
All
So
right,
we
I'm
have
into this.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. So we could put a bid on it at $68. You could buy it now for $148, but this is a pretty cool one. So a little New Orleans voodoo stuff that could be fun.
Mm.
Could be a fun one.
Let's check mark that one as one we are currently interested in bidding on.
Out of the ones that we've covered, that's the only one that I'm interested in so far. So
Yeah, I
this
think that one looks really cool. I would put that thing right in this room and not tell Kate where it came from.
hell yeah. All right. Hopefully she doesn't watch this one.
Also, this brings up a good point that we are actually going to New Orleans in a few months.
True.
We should be looking for cursed possessions to purchase in New Orleans while we are there.
And then mail back to us.
I mean, are you coward?
Perhaps.
Yes, we did this. We've been through this. We would not bring it on the plane with us.
I will bring it on the plane with us.
That we're on the same plane.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, all of a sudden you're the brave one.
yeah, with cursed possessions, I am brave.
Absolute, just a pillar of braveness right there.
That's what they call me. They're going to actually carve a 1 foot by 6 inch statue.
But it's going to say
the pillar of braveness.
braveness, not bravery, braveness.
Yes.
That's what Rob has. Yeah. Okay. So this is the next one is a haunted doll, cursed object, demonic attachment, extremely negative.
Mm.
This one, little description from the seller. I found this item at an antique store and immediately felt sick and chills when looking at it. So naturally, you would buy something like that.
Had to buy it.
When it noticed me looking at it and walked away, its eyes shifted to catch my gaze, which is something you always notice when walking away from something. The eyes will...
Could you imagine if this was a How I Met Your Mother story? Like, I saw your mother standing across the bar. She immediately made me sick. I saw her gross shifting eyes, and I knew she had to be mine.
I could feel her eyes following me as I walked away, disgusted, vomiting in my hands. The eyes will shift when you hold it and move. But this instance, it moved on its own. I know.
Okay.
I've told you we're reading it as is. All right. This is the teleprompter. We are Ron Burgundy here. I knew by the way it was presented, it was used for evil. A few spirits I have here confirmed that this object has a demonic attachment and was used by someone for ritualistic / voodoo purposes. Separately, the wig was added and put onto a stick with the intention to cause severe harm to someone.
It sounds like a mop.
Oh, it still sounds like a story about How I Met Your Mother.
Yes.
I had to add a wig to her. She made me so disgusted.
Yeah,
No, but
carry
I
it around on a stick.
Wig and a stick. That sounds like a mop.
It does, yes.
It does sound like a mom.
Because of the extreme negativity, curse,
Still a wife.
yeah, because of the extreme negativity / curse placed upon it, a demon attached. That's how demons work. One of the previous owners of not the last conjured up something extremely dark. They had the demon aid in their craft. I will say, although there is severe activity, the demon is not looking to harm me or focus on me. If anything, it almost seems as if it's inviting me and wanting me to continue the ritual onto someone else. Now, if you are into something like that, I am not, you would need to work closely with this demon, and it will help you curse the person you are trying to curse.
Oh, another one of these.
Yes, not redundant at all.
Mm.
I will never say I condone this, though. The activity I'll hear is audible voices in different languages, whispers, tapping. The eyes will move and you'll feel cold spots. It is very active with paranormal tools as well. And they drop a link to their TikTok.
Ah.
Yep. And this item is my favorite thing that I've ever looked at. So here it is.
Oh, shit.
It has a wig and it is on a stick.
Yep. Does not look like a mop.
Nope. I would not use
my
this as a
God.
mop.
This thing is terrifying.
That's scary.
It is actually horrifying. So it is clearly just like a styrofoam head
Mm-hmm.
painted, and
Poorly.
it has the wig. It is on a stick. And
Doesn't
it is
it-
actually, it shouldn't be terrifying. This should be the dumbest thing I've ever looked at, but it actually is kind of horrifying for some
It is.
It's
reason.
weird. Is it weird that it's both? It's both the dumbest thing I've ever looked at and one of the most terrifying.
Yeah, I wouldn't want this in the house, to be honest
Yeah, I
with
don't
you.
think I want
This
it
is a
either.
pretty scary one. So
We buy it. We send it directly to Andrew.
yeah, do I believe the story? No, I didn't believe it from the beginning, but it does look scary.
Mm,
So it is $80 or best offer.
I don't think so.
We're offering $40 for this thing.
I kind of want it anyways. Again, I don't really buy the story, but I like this.
We're gonna
So,
offer $40 for that. Write it down somewhere. $40 for the thing head.
yeah, something like
Consider
that.
it
Anyway,
written.
so now we have a haunted painting. This is pretty cool. So curse picture, bad luck attachment, spell spirit, haunted, paranormal, metaphysical. So what we have here is a curse picture. There's not a lot to this, but it is kind of a cool looking painting. So, and I feel like we can get away with having this in the house without the wives really suspecting too much. So we'll see. Luckily for Robbie, it's no family, so we can just hang it up, no problem. This picture keeps getting returned to me, and I need it gone. No one keeps it for more than a few.
Dude, stop. I don't need to hear it. Put it in order. Buy it. Send it back. That's the play. Whatever it costs is worth it. That's hilarious.
Perhaps it is cheap. Anyways, I thought that perhaps it was.
If it's close enough, we get it in the mail and we drive it and just leave it in their yard.
And the story continues.
Because there'll be a return address on it.
Or we just have them
like
ship
those.
it to their own house.
Yeah, we could do that. I think it'd be funny if it just showed up.
Yeah.
If we just return it immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So-
if we showed up with 2 of them.
We make copies and just keep dropping them off, even though we're not selling them anymore.
I love it. Anyways, go on.
Yes. I thought that perhaps it was some of the other items in my collection that were causing havoc and bad energy, but I am convinced it's this. If you have experience with cleansing energies and reversing curses or spells, I encourage you to try it on this for experienced collectors only. So they give absolutely nothing on the history or the hauntings that actually surround this thing. They basically people keep sending it back.
Show it to me and show me the price.
It's $15.
Oh man, we send this back.
You could buy it now for $26. The condition is used. It's in a nice frame. Do we get the frame with it? I'd buy it just for the frame.
$26 for that thing?
Yeah, it's cheap.
The frame looks like it's worth more than that.
What's the shipping cost though? Because like a shipping on a picture like that
It could be big, yeah.
is sometimes ridiculous.
Is there
They're
a
in-
location on this?
Yeah, they're in South Carolina, so we could drive it out.
We
How close
definitely
to
can.
that? Yeah, I'm not
Worth a trip. It does. So it looks like it's relatively big, but I don't think it is actually. If you look closer at how big it is compared to the baseboard in this room, I think it's incredibly small. Actually,
Yeah, it does look small. Yeah, that's looks like 6-inch baseboard, but so that's might not be that small.
Hey, the smaller it is, the cheaper it's going to be for us to return it.
Yeah, honestly, we could get it, and then we can just stop at South Carolina on our way to Block Island.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's talk about Magic Mike.
Okay.
This is the next item. So,
DVD.
Haunted Doll Cursed Dark Magic Mike, 39. So I think it's Dark
Stripper.
Magic, also Mike, but we're gonna go with Magic Mike here.
Magic Mike.
Yep. I found Mike and his vessel at an antique store. Something felt really off just looking at him. He
I don't
kept
wanna
dancing
see-
and
I
stripping.
don't want to see Magic Mike's vessel.
I added that part. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Talked over my great stripping joke. Anyways, I could feel an intense sense of dread, nausea, and my heart started to race. Also happens at male strip clubs.
Mm.
I wouldn't know. It's Pride Month. Don't unsubscribe. All right. He revealed during a session that his vessel was used in a curse against him. The spell was so strong that it took his life.
Oh.
And then he was bound to this doll. He passed away at 39. A woman did the spell because he wronged her in some way. And her punishment for him was not only to pass away, but to stay attached to this vessel she used to continue to torture, spelled T0RTUR3.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's to manipulate eBay's stoppage of selling torture items on their website. Who knows? He will call you every name in the book. He's, period. That's it for that sentence. Just the word he's.
Okay.
Next sentence. Throw things, flicker lights, slam doors, and haunt your dreams. I'm the dream. He has burnt flesh.
I'm the dream. The American dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby.
I'm the dream. He has burnt flesh. I'm assuming that means to say in the dream he has burnt flesh. His
Yeah.
house was caught on fire when he was asleep. It started mysteriously, but it was due to the spell that was put on him. He doesn't do well with others. Drops their TikTok. Same one as last time, I think.
Mm.
So this one is particularly scary looking, actually.
Oh,
Its face seems to be chipping away. And he has a little farmer's hat on for audio listeners. It looks like a very small looking doll. Oh God, yeah, this thing's
it's like a
Kinda looks like
scare. It's like dressed like a scarecrow.
yeah, it looks a bit like a scarecrow. Yeah, it does look like a creepy doll. It does. It goes.
It looks like the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz.
It does, doesn't it? But it looks like it looks more like he's dressed like a cowboy. Looks kind of like a cowboy outfit. He's got the bandana
No,
on.
that hat
He-
is like this is like almost the exact getup of except he has a blue shirt instead of a green one.
Okay, yeah. And I mean, I think the foot is unintentional where you see the hay because it looks like his shoe has ripped off. So it's
hey.
very beat up looking doll, but it is creepy because all dolls are inherently creepy.
Yes.
And it is for sale for $85. Magic Mike, $39. Could put in an offer for him. We'll see. We'll see if we come back to that one. 85 is a little rich for my blood on that one, but at least they give a little bit more of the story on that one. So
Yeah. We actually had a background going into it, so maybe we're paying for the story.
you got to put effort in on these because I like a good like 80 to 90% of these that I read, I'm just reading and I'm just laughing at. Like it just seems like complete nonsense. Seems like people just found an old item at a antique store or like at a yard sale or something like that and just made up a complete backstory and tried to sell it.
Right. If you have an actual cursed item, right, and you have proof that it's cursed, and you're going to sell this thing, then tell us everything that you know that leads to the reason that you believe it's cursed. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're making it up and that you're not very good at it.
Exactly. Yep. So, I mean, some of the stuff could actually be cursed. I believe the entire story of the dibic box, which we covered in a different cursed possessions episode, give you the full story on that. It started on eBay. It started with this guy listing his story on eBay, and it's a very controversial one, but it's considered to be one of the most haunted items in the world, and it's in the haunted museum, Zach Bagans Museum in Vegas now. So it's considered to be up there. Again, controversial, but you can go back and get the full story there. So that brings us to our final item of the night. This is Haunted Doll Fred, active spirit, negative, cursed demon, Baphomet, Chinese mask art. And this one is for sale. So this is Fred. Meet Fred. Vessel.
Baphomet, not a Chinese.
Yeah,
demon.
not a Chinese demon.
Okay. But this is Fred.
All right.
Fred Baphomet. It's Fred Baphomet, the Chinese demon.
That's right. Very
I haven't
Chinese
looked
name.
into enough Chinese demonology to be able to rule out Fred as a Chinese demon, but maybe.
Vessel, 4.5 inches, Chinese resin mask wall hanging. Fred is a demonic guardian and is happy to cause havoc on people that have hurt and upset you. His vessel is a mask wall hanging. You may notice the temperature changing on this vessel. Fred committed sins when he was alive. He has now be given a second chance to right the wrongs he did. Looking after you will ensure he can move on from hell. I have some questions about this process.
Yeah, where does Baphomet come into play?
Well, let me continue. Activity causing karma on your enemies.
Okay.
All right.
Keeping you
cause
safe.
Karma. That's the point of karma.
Well, wait till you hear this. Banging cupboard doors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
talk
changed your
about
mind?
karma.
Talk about hell.
There's that one time that I hit that guy with my car and got away with it, and then all of a sudden my cabinet door started closing. I was like, "This is payback. This is what I get."
Mm-hmm.
It was open.
Well, wait till you hear that. It gets worse. Writing words on chalkboards.
Oh no!
Shit.
Who has chalkboards anymore?
Yeah, that's the trick, is you actually got to have a chalkboard. All right, but now it gets a little darker and scarier. Manifesting as a black shadow that moves around the home and beside you.
Chalkboard accent walls are an in thing right now.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely.
They are.
See what
They
I'm
look
saying?
nice. Yeah.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Making sure others can see him so they are aware of the protection you have. Fred is known to communicate with dreams, spirit talk, trigger balls, and a K2 meter. He will always be with you. You will never feel alone. Collectible vessel. Sometimes a spirit needs...
We should get this for Rob.
Yeah, a nice comforting demon.
Well, he's never feel alone. He's always with you. Poor Rob has no family.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Anyways, we're not finished. Sometimes a spirit needs time to adjust to their new environment before they show activity. Meditation can open up your third eye and make way for more spiritual communication more often and easier. Please respect any spirit which you welcome into your home. Spirit activity can be sporadic, and we therefore cannot be held responsible if you experience excessive or perhaps disturbing activity or no activity at all. By inviting spirits into your home, you are likely to experience paranormal activity such as noises, movements, voices, smells, orbs, etc. If this should alarm you, then please do not adopt one of our spirits. We firmly believe that a spirit will choose its keeper, and if you feel inexplicably drawn to a certain vessel, then it is a sign. Then it is a sign that you have been chosen. Sometimes spirits take a day, sometimes they take 6 months to begin activity. I recommend that the day they arrive, to give her a tour of your house. Find a spot to keep her. Put her there and light a candle and or innocent. So Fred.
Wait, are we still talking about Baphomet, the demon?
What about Fred?
Fred, you have to find a spot to keep her. Hey, we don't make the rules. Put her there and light a candle and or incense and maybe a small gift to welcome her. So this, I think we've reached the point where they've copied and pasted from another description. We ran into this in our first time covering this. And this makes me think it's nonsense again. I know. Fred, the welcoming and comforting demon. It all sounded great at first, right? Like, what else would you want to comfort you and be by your side at all times than a demon, right? Just come on, buddy.
That triggers your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like they copied and pasted it from like a pet adoption site. Like it went from like this cursed possession, which is like a demon, to like, please don't mistreat our spirits, blah, blah, blah. It's like, wait a minute.
When you first bring it home, you got to take it for a walk.
Yeah.
Got to show
That's literally what they said in this. You have to walk around the house and just show them around. Yeah. You got to give spirits time, space, and respect. And it ends with just love and light.
That went from 100 to 0.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yep. So this is what Fred looks like. Fred is pretty colorful. Kind of cool. It's wall hanging. It's resin. It's fake. And we could buy it for just $28.42. And you have a foot in this picture. So already it's off my list. Get your feet out of the picture, you idiot.
Get the feet out of the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a few things with these. So obviously we respect people's ghost stories and stuff, but eBay is full of scams. And this one, when you run into a situation where they clearly copy and pasted from another item that they sold, I find this very lazy and it takes away from the actual story. Also, get your story straight. You're throwing in a bunch of words, demons, hauntings, and then you're also saying that it's great. It's going to be by your side forever. It seems like I feel like a lot of these items that sell on eBay are ones that people buy to try to cast curses on their enemies, right?
Right.
So I think that's why we see these so often. So I feel like they just try to wedge those descriptions into the other ones and be like, oh yeah, and you can use this as a curse casting thing that will, make all of your enemies feel despair on items that have nothing to do with that.
It's like
they just throw it in there as a selling point.
It's like the beginner level of ordering a hitman on the dark web.
Yeah.
Is you go get your cursed possession on eBay and cast a spell on your enemy.
Exactly.
So let's do a recap of all of the things that we covered just real quick, and we'll figure out which one we want to place a bid on, even though I'm fairly certain I know which one I want to place a bid on.
Right. So we started with the little cursed curio red box.
Is it possible to just pull them up real quick as you go through them, or no?
That takes longer than you'd want it to. So we have that one. That one I'm out on.
That was the little beads where it was see-through and you could clearly see there was nothing in it.
It was completely open. It had a kind of cool story where it comes with a ghost, but they didn't really give much description on why or who or what kind of hauntings this ghost experiences. So that one struck me as complete nonsense. Next, we have the dibic box, which was pretty creepy looking. I will give it to them. They did a good job.
Let's play it like this. So we had the first curio box up against the dibic box. We like the dibic box better, right?
Okay,
yep.
So
dibic box,
dibic box moves on to the second round. The next one we had the New Orleans voodoo doll. Now this one,
the wooden one that looked like
one was the cool one.
Black Lagoon.
Yeah, this one was the mask. This one.
Okay, yeah, yep.
So this one absolutely beats out the dibic box, right?
100%.
Okay, so that one moves on to the next round. Next up, we had the haunted doll, cursed object. This one, I don't know. That was this one. That was the head on a stick.
The mop. Yeah,
the head on a stick. The mop one. So
real
is it that
creepy
one
looking,
or the mask? So I love the look of this thing. It is fun. And the inner comedian that wants to come out of me wants me to buy this one. But I feel like the carved New Orleans face gets my vote. Where are you guys at on this?
My vote is for the carved New Orleans face, creature
Same.
from the Black Lagoon.
Okay. All right. I take it back. This is actually a lot easier to pull these up than I thought it was. So we will compare and contrast with images. The next one that we have. All right. So the mask moves on. The next one we have is. Which one was it? I think it was this one here. Oh, the painting. So the painting might be on the list anyways, but we return it, right?
Yeah, honestly.
Are we getting it just to return it? Is it a spite purchase?
I say we get that no matter what. Let's just get that one. Put a bid on it right now if you can. Just place the bid, and we'll put that aside, and we'll get the actual cursed item to keep also.
Okay, sounds
agree
good.
with that because it's cheap enough. Right, $26.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what the shipping is. We'll handle that off air. All right, next one up is Magic Mike. What do we think about Magic Mike?
He is creepy, but I don't think I like that better than the wooden face.
I'm with Rob.
It is a creepy looking doll, but like we said about dolls, they are all pretty creepy looking. And then finally, we have the Chinese mask art, which is I think that's my least favorite one of the day. So yeah, it's a hard pass for me.
We're not getting Fred. No.
Cool.
It's
all
like
right, folks.
Best case scenario, you're possessed by Baphomet, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I think that was a word for the search engine is what they were doing there.
I think
Yes.
so.
Well, that is that, or we can throw a twist out here and pull up one more. What do you guys think?
Ooh, let's do one more. Let's see if you can unseat the New Orleans mask.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
See what we got.
All right. Well, I have this one here. It is a paranormal haunted item, spirited vintage 1948 fine art painting by Henry Jacobi. So this one is another haunted painting, The Lady of Darkness. This is a rare fine painting known as The Lady of Darkness. The artist is Henry Jacobi. This was painted in 1948 by the artist Henry Jacobi that lived in Saranac Lake, New York. The painting is in the frame, measures 38 inches high by 38 inches wide. The painting is framed behind glass. This is a very creepy piece of art, but I was drawn to it. When I purchased this from an estate, I didn't know a lot about it. However, I can see why they were eager to sell it. While I was hanging this on my wall, I could feel an energy or vibration from it. I didn't know anything of it as I thought that it was all in my head. After owning it for about a week, I started to have weird dreams about the painting. One of my dreams, I was walking in on my husband having relations with a lady. As I approached them, she turned around with her dark red eyes staring at me and stuck her snack. Damn it, eBay. Come on, you had a good story going here, but now she's sticking snacks in your face. Instead of her snake-like tongue, it's her snack-like tongue, which sounds delicious.
I thought it was
oh no.
I thought they were like, she stuck her snatch in my face. I was like, whoa.
That's not what this says. No, she stuck her snack-like tongue out and licked the side of my face. Dude, that is a creepy story. If you didn't call it, it was just like a Reese's Puff.
No, I was gonna say maybe it was like a liquor, like a Twizzler.
Yes, that is
snack-like tongue.
Very much resembles a snake's tongue. There you go, Dave. Perfect description. Perfect example of what a snack-like tongue would be. Also, tongue spelled incorrectly, T-U-N-G. Anyways,
Sure.
When I woke up, the side of my face that she had licked was wet. I didn't say anything to my husband about the dream, feeling that if I did, it would make things worse. I had also felt as if she was always watching me. I never felt as if she was going to hurt me, but rather she made me feel like she was very dominant and she wanted me to know that. I have experienced a lot of paranormal activity with this painting. I think the lady that haunts this painting is a sexual dominant spirit. I am ready to rehome this painting. I don't know if you will experience any paranormal phenomenon, but I think that you just might. And here is the painting.
I think we have a succubus.
Good.
Like, right?
Yep. The snack-like tongue. Here it is. It actually is a really creepy painting. It has red eyes. When I first saw it, I thought it was Medusa, but if you look closely, it might not be. Yeah,
she does not have snacks for hair.
No snacks in her hair, but maybe that's where she got the idea. It could be interpreted as that. It is one of the more expensive one. It is signed by the artist, 1948 painting, so that is pretty cool. $269 or best offer. Could put in an offer for it. It is a nice piece of art, authentic, signed by the actual original artist. and it is genuinely creepy.
It looks
Sounds like it.
borderline kind of like abstract art too. And I think
Little
that was a big thing back then. Like that was right around the same time as Picasso, I think.
I don't know, but all of the Picasso
I'm not saying it
fans
is
will let us
Picasso,
know.
obviously.
Right. It's not. No, it's James Jacoby.
Mm.
Right. Oh no, I'm sorry.
I would-
sorry,
I
Henry Jacoby.
Oh.
I wouldn't be opposed to putting an offer in for it, but to be completely honest, I'd like to look up the artist first and just verify it if we're going to be looking at putting that
Right.
much money towards something. So I think that's something we do off air, and we can follow up in Discord on that one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he is an artist. I just pulled him up, and he has other artists as well.
Good job.
And yeah, so that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That is our cursed possessions. We will put bids on. We will keep everybody posted on Discord on which ones we are working on. We will keep you updated on whether or not we return the painting. Once it's returned, you're free to purchase it and also return it. So we can keep that train going, and we'll rock and roll. But I think, I think the mask wins my vote for the day. Although we did get a few good ones today. No absolute home runs of descriptions where you get these big, long screaming ones, which I always love. But I also like that we were able to bang through this.
When we send this painting back, like I don't even think that we like do the refund through eBay thing. I think we just send it back like a note that says, "Get this out of my life. Take it back for free."
Anyways, that'll do it for Cursed Possessions for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back for another live episode soon enough. If you find a cursed item for sale and you think it could be haunted, you think it's authentic, or if you find it entertaining, send it our way. Submit it on Discord or send it on via email, hometownghoststories@gmail.com. Be sure to like and subscribe below, and we'll see you guys next time for another episode of Hometown Ghost Stories.
Real quick, I just want to say that you can catch us on the Ghost in Us podcast. We did an episode with them a week or so ago, so make sure you go check that out. And if you sign up for Patreon, there's exclusive content up right now. Dave did a story about a haunted airplane. So if you sign up to Patreon at the $10 level or above, you can get that story exclusively on Patreon.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.